Wow. Just wow. Now I know what the commercial was intended on doing, promoting their cheap buffet so that people would come and they could have their pockets full of money. That's what was supposed to be the purpose. What was the purpose, you ask? Why don't we just dive a little bit deeper in this mosh pit of racism? First off, the commercial starts off bad. There's two couples. They look equally, nicely dressed. But why is the black people in the back? Haven't we took a back seat enough in this country? I mean, it just symbolizes that no matter what we do on TV, the president, no matter how much money we make, no matter how many accolades we get, we're always going to have to take a back seat in society's eyes to white people, no matter what. And that's a sad experience. Also, it begins to talk, the ladies beginning to talk in the front. It's talking about the prices of the restaurant. It's a tad bit pricey. It just symbolizes how the higher class don't think of money, as the lower class and middle classes would, because they have it all. They're not used to not having it, so they don't know how to act. When they talk about the pricey items, what does he do? They have the black people jump out of the car. Now, why are they jumping out of the car, you ask? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, of course, we all know the stereotype. All black people can do is run, jump, and steal. But that's not the one that I'm referring to. I'm referring to the stereotype that although they look this nicely dressed, black people can't afford it. They can't afford to eat at the high dollar places, so they jump out. If you want to dig a little bit deeper into this, we're also talking about the societal higher and middle wage classes and how they're segregated and separated from a very 1% of people along with everybody else. It's the same way as, as we were talking about a buffet. What is a buffet? It's got a whole bunch of different foods of all shapes and sizes and colors and spices, and puts them all together. And what is a bistro? It's high dollar, high quality meat, and it's specifically financially wise, it's only designated for the 1 or 2% of our country. So that the simple segregation that they inadvertently put in here, I will give them credit for that. It's very indirect, but you can see it. Middle class, lower class, all different shapes and sizes. Higher class, a lot higher level. So that's what we're talking about. Also, what I want to talk about is the way that the black people are sitting in the back seat of the car. They're slouched and head turned over. If you've ever seen a road trip that was displayed in a movie, it shows the kids disinterested and whiny, head leaning to the side, slouched in a chair. Mommy, when can we eat? Mommy, what time are we getting there? Mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, I gotta pee. And what is the underlying symbolism of that? It symbolizes how we as black people in society's eyes complain about everything, especially racism. They're being too racist. They're being too hard on us. All the cops are beating us. They're not just beating you, but they're beating us, and we feel worse about it because we've had to deal with slavery. Blah, blah, blah. So it's symbolizing us as children. Not only is it symbolizing the fact that we are children and we complain, it's also symbolizing the fact that we can't afford the food without even knowing us or knowing the particular people. So, won't fault Golden Corral because this wasn't their original depictions of it, but they should underline and really pay attention to the underlying symbolism and really just dive into the fact that some people and even different cultures take things in different ways.